Truly, it is an honor to be before you this morning or this afternoon. I've been speaking all morning. I just finished up at Meade High School this morning with 1,600 students. Someone made the remark, "We hope that you can keep their attention span." I said, "You don't know me, huh?" So thank you for the honor, Trey, Denise. We go back way back. When I saw her face, when 20 years, I've been here in Spokane 26 years. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and she asked me to be a speaker almost 20-something years ago. And I pulled out those pictures not long ago, and I'm like, "Girl, we look bad on those pictures." She said, "Stephanie, I think it's because we had eaten, there was a lunch or something after." I'm like, "I don't know whether it was lunch, dinner, but we look bad." But here we are 20 years later. I'm 64 and she's in her 50s. And I'm like, "Girl, we look good now. I don't know what's happening." But truly, it's an honor to be before you. I truly love the passion of speaking to people and encouraging their hearts. And every year, I've been asked to speak somewhere here in our community, which I consider an honor. They've asked me to be the keynote speaker this year for the city of Spokane. I did it last year, so apparently I must have something to say again for them to come and ask me again, which I consider an honor. I was thinking about MLK during the 60s. My parents were part of the NAACP, and during the Civil Rights Movement, my father was a pastor. I'm a PK's kid. I'm the oldest of 4. And sometimes during the struggle, I would hear my mother in the kitchen singing, "I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm headed up the King's Highway." She refused to be turned around. And I began to think about how that song resonated in my soul, because those were the songs that Dr. King sang. And he sang because he wanted to make this world a better place. Making this world a better place if you can. My daughter is a retired veteran, 20 years. That's how I got here. When my children's father and I decided to go our separate ways, she said, "I want you to come to Washington." I was like, "DC, yes." She said, "Back it up, back it up. It's not DC, Mama." I'm like, "Washington where?" She said, "Washington State." I said, "Where is that?" She told me. I said, "I'm not coming." But as you can see, 26 years later, I'm here. And so my children's father is also a veteran. And she is now a VA administrator in New Jersey and loves helping our veterans. She's passionate because she loves to see the lives change in people's lives. That's what Dr. King was about. He made this world a better place by impacting the world, by reaching out and touching the untouchables, and by touching those who hated him and despised him. He reached and touched millions of lives, and there were millions that never touched him. But the impact that he had, his voice was resounding. His mission was impactful. He made an imprint in the earth that we still carry on today. You see, he was a man with a message. He had a dream. We are celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He left this great legacy not to only his children, but to the world. He was a father, husband, friend to many. His impact on the world will never be forgotten, and the imprint in my community as a woman of color will forever be infused in my heart. Memories of who this great man was is a reminder that we too have dreams and visions, and it is a reminder that no matter where you are from, the color of your skin, if you have a dream, follow it. Believe it. You can achieve it. You see, Dr. King wanted to make our world a better place, but he knew that it was something he could not do alone. You see, he had a dream and a vision, and his dream and vision was simply this: that all mankind would have the same opportunity to be treated equally, that they would be there would be an end to racism, that all mankind would have the same opportunity to get a good education, to have good jobs, health care, to have a place to live, and to live in peace and in harmony. You see, Dr. King was a man of courage. He faced many oppositions and death threats. He was imprisoned 20 times, stabbed once, and his home was bombed because people wanted him to stop believing in his dream. But see, he was a determined man. I love determination. I am a determined woman. There's an old quote that we say back home. If you want something said, tell a man. But if you want something done, tell a woman. I'm one of those determined women who say, let's get the job done. But one thing I did find out, that he was truly a man with a cause. He was a man determined to stand in the face of adversity. He was committed and dedicated to his beliefs, and that belief was that everyone was of value and was of importance. He was a great leader. He had many followers, but he had a true servant's heart. He cared about all people, and he wanted the best for not only my people, but for all mankind. His contributions to this world are vast, but one of the most notable ones is the Nobel Prize winner. He was the youngest at 35. And the prize that he got was $54,000. And he took that money and contributed to the cause of civil rights movement. He had a deep, deep passion to make our world a better place. But the one thing that I do admire about Dr. King, he realized that he could not do it alone. He realized that coming together, he could inspire others to see what he was seeing, and that this was about injustice, about working together, that they could make a difference. He realized that coming together, there were other people committed to the cause of not just wanting to see the dream, but see the dream become a reality. He realized that coming together, Black, whites, Hispanics, Jews, people from every walk of life were coming to show the world that dreams can come true, and that there is power in coming together. There is unity in coming together. He realized that coming together, walking hand in hand, step by step, in a nonviolent way. Many came to walk in many marches, walking together. That sent a message that we will make a difference. We can make a difference if we work together. So I want to encourage you today that you too can make our world a better place, and doing it together right here at the VA. As I began to walk through the halls, I told Trey, I said, this is a big place with lots of people who have different positions, different walks of life, but you all have come together for one great reason, and that is to help our veterans. I appreciate the veterans. And I think the challenge that I want to leave with you is do not be satisfied with the status quo. I love helping people because I have a servant's heart. I enjoy volunteering in our community. I volunteered at the Women and Men's Crisis Shelter. For over 8 years, I had a home called Fields of Diamonds, House of Blessings. And I lived in a home with 28 women and 25 children for over 8 years. Whatever their need was, abused women, women who had been wounded to the depths of their souls. But it was my job to help bring healing and restoration to them and to their children. And I'm glad to say that some of them are thriving. They're doing well in our community, giving back. But the one thing I realized that as I did this, I could not do it alone. I had a team. We came together in unity. They saw my vision, and together we made a difference in the lives of those women and children. Some of you have dreams and visions and aspire to make our world a better place right here in community. Come together. I know that there are great leaders in this room who truly want to make an impact. Great potential, I feel, in this room. And I encourage you to work together to show others that the task at hand can be done. I work at Whitworth University. I've been there going on 23 years. And I started out as the administrative assistant to the vice president. They saw that I had potential. So they said, we want you to move to another department. And I moved to another department. They saw that I thrived well there. And then someone said, you need to go back to school. And I was like, I don't want to. So at 43, I went back to school, and 4 years later, after going to classes 4 nights a week, working full time, being a single mom, I graduated with honors with my son. And he graduated with speech communications, and I graduated with women's studies. And 20 years later, someone said, you need to go back to school. I said, not. So at 60, I went back to school. 2 years, it was a 3-year program. 2 years I graduated with honors. And then they said, we want you to do something else. And I said, what do you want me to do? We want you to become a professor. I was like, oh my goodness. And now I'm a professor. I teach diverse Christian leadership, legal and ethical leadership, and I teach African American preaching. And then they said, Steffi, I was like, what? They said, we want to honor you to become the associate chaplain for our university. When you learn how to serve, you first must learn how to follow. And so here I am today. My spiritual daughter is here with me. She's the wind under, as they said, the wind under my wings. I said, Paula, I think I'm going to step out and go national. She said, do it, Mom. And her husband have been behind me, and she's a veteran. I am so proud of her and her contributions. So as a team, let's make this VA the best that it can be. If you ever need a volunteer, call me. I'm in a place where I love volunteering. I love giving back. Because when I think of our veterans, they gave so much. And some of them gave their very lives. And so, in closing, Dr. King said that we can walk together, talk together, live together, eat together. We can even disagree together. And some were together with him, and some died with him for the cause. So if we are in unity, if we are in agreement, if we can be the change the world wants to see, why not do it? We, like I said, we may not agree, but together we can come to the table of compromise and still love and respect one another. I just want to thank you for serving our veterans. You too may be veterans. Thank you for your service. Some of you are going through a lot of things. My son-in-law is a veteran. Called me the other day and said, Mom, he's an air traffic controller. He said, I didn't get paid today. I said, you all right? He said, I'm all right. A lot of people are going through a lot of things. Let us remember, freedom, it costs. But together, we stand. Don't be the nominal status quo. Making the lives of others who served and are serving our country, you have made them feel a little bit better by serving them. So thank you for making the world right here at the VA a better place. And as Martin Luther King said, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. God bless you today.